to this episode of Cali and Craig Talk. I'm Cali.
And I'm Craig.
Today, oh my God, what are we doing today? We're making spicy hot chocolate, right?
We are spicy spiked hot chocolate with lots of deliciousness in it.
hmm Yeah, well, in true Cali and Craig fashion, we're already deviating from the recipe and we
We
haven't even
are, yes,
started yet.
yes. We started deviating the moment we got to the liquor store.
We did. So that's what we're going to be doing. And we're going to be
Mhm.
talking about our Christmas book and Christmas traditions and
Yeah,
what it was like to co-write a book together and some of the
yeah,
feedback we've got and what else. I don't know. We're just going to hang out this episode, I think.
yeah. We are going to have a good time and we're going to make everybody at home jealous, wishing that they could hang out with us, like in person. Of course, they can hang out with us like on the recording, but they want to
hmm
be here with us.
Yeah, no, this is a two-person party.
Mhm.
So the drink is called Jack's Hand Warmers, but we don't have Jack Daniels, which is what it calls for, because it's
So to
supposed
be
to
more
be,
specific,
yeah,
it's Jack Daniel's, a specific type, right?
yes,
Is it
specific
Tennessee
brand. Yeah, Jack
Fire or
Daniels
something?
Tennessee Fire. But
Yeah.
we do not have Jack Daniels. We replaced that with Fireball cinnamon
Yes.
whiskey. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Which should be delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I might have told you this, but our guests at home don't know. I have a friend that like loves Fireball. Like he is
Mm-hmm.
known for drinking Fireball. He used to have friends over on Friday to drink Fireball. He'd call it Fireball Fridays. And he went to a Halloween party at the gay club once,
Mm-hmm.
he was in a yellow shirt. He had like half a volleyball in the front of his shirt, and then
Mm-hmm.
there was fire all around it. So he went as Fireball.
I love this
No,
costume.
nobody figured it out. And he's like,
Oh.
guys, it's me. What am I known for? Come on, put it together, figure it out. Yeah, they didn't get it. No one
Yeah.
got it.
Oh, I wonder if I would have got it because it sounds so like you would get it. Like
You'd think so.
it sounds like you would get it. So, but for this one, we replaced that I haven't had a Fireball candy in a really long time, like since I was really young.
hmm
When was the last time you had a Fireball candy? Or have you never?
Fireball candy. Oh, that's like the cinnamon red hearts. Is that what you
It's
mean?
like no. So it's like a ball. It's actually a fireball is an actual ball. Like it's a really hard.
Oh,
It's like a jawbreaker, but it's spicy.
I've never heard of such a thing. So
That's
maybe we
what
don't have them
Fireball
here.
is. That's what the
Okay.
Fireball is named for, is for that. Fireball the
Oh,
candy.
I
Yeah.
had absolutely no idea.
Yeah. So, and that's the taste that it like mimics is that, wait, okay, hold on. Full stop. I have no idea if that's what it's named for. I just totally spoke out of, I have no idea. But that is
It's
a
our
candy.
podcast. We can say what we want.
We can, but full disclosure, I have no idea what I'm talking about. But Fireball candies were like 5 cents. Like, you remember? Okay, well, this I know you've had Bazooka Joe gum,
Yes,
like
yes,
way
I've had
back in the
that.
day. Okay,
Came
so
with like the
like,
comics, right?
yeah. So like, but I mean, like that was before our time, but I remember it. Like it was older, but we still had
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But they had Fireballs then. They were like 5 cents, and it was like a really hard. It's like a jawbreaker. You've had a jawbreaker, right?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Sometimes it's like we're talking the other one is an alien. I don't know what we're talking
hmm
about. Um, so it's like a jawbreaker, but it's spicy. It's a fireball. It has the same exact flavor, but as you suck it, it gets spicier. Like so,
hmm
like each layer is like hotter and hotter and hotter. Or it's backwards. This is a terrible story.
It's intriguing. It's all new to me.
hmm I have
I'm
to
gonna
send you some. Yes,
sidetrack for half a second. Did you leave your pot of water on in the kitchen? Because mine is boiling already.
I did, but I turned it on really low.
Okay, so it won't
So
boil dry in the
yeah,
short time between now and then.
that was what I was worried about, was that it was going to boil dry. So I turned it on really low, but
Okay.
we don't have that much time. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, so for this recipe, it is, we're using Fireball, hot chocolate, rum chata, and then cinnamon sugar whipped cream. But Craig
Yeah.
does not have whipped cream.
I forgot to buy like the pre-made stuff. So, and like we never have anything dairy in this house. Like if we do,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's 2% milk, but for some reason
Mm-hmm.
we have half a carton of whipping cream. So I'm gonna
Mm,
quickly whip up some whipped cream.
mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna add some cinnamon in it if it's supposed to be cinnamon whipped cream.
It says topped with cinnamon sugar whipped cream. That's what it says. But remember, there was no directions for this. It was just
Ah,
like
yeah, yeah.
1.5 parts of Jack Daniel's Tennessee Fire, 4 to 6 parts of hot chocolate, half parts rum chata, topped with cinnamon sugar whipped cream.
So you would be doing just regular whipped cream, right?
Yeah,
No
I'm
extra.
just gonna
Okay.
do, yeah,
I'll
the
make my
Cool Whip
regular
whipped
then.
cream or whatever that's on there. Yeah.
Okay,
Because
I'll
I
do
don't want to
that.
add extra cinnamon. I'm already gonna have the cinnamon from the whiskey. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I might deviate right at the end because
Mm-hmm.
I have because people know I'm a foodie, they get me salt as a gift for
Mm-hmm.
Christmas every now and then, which
Mm-hmm.
sounds weird, but
No.
one of the salts I have is coffee flavored sea salt. So I might sprinkle a little bit of that on top at the end. We'll see.
You want salt on it though?
Well, also the hot chocolate mix I have is salted caramel. So
Oh, well, that makes sense.
it's
Okay.
also
Yeah,
got
yeah,
a
yeah.
salty
Yeah,
flavor.
that does. Yeah, that makes sense.
Uh,
Okay, so you're gonna mix that up.
yeah,
How
making
long does
whipped
that
cream.
take to make your
It's
own whipped cream?
recipe says 5 minutes. So it's a cup of whipping cream, teaspoon of vanilla, which I'm just gonna eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little heavy, but you measure with your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, the
then
baby's here.
yeah, my little
Tiger's
sick boy
here.
that's no longer sick.
Yay. Shaker wasn't feeling good yesterday, but now he's all
Yeah.
good because Craig is in the cabinets and Shaker
Yeah,
is hanging
and
out with us.
he has to see what's happening. Yes.
Yes.
And 1 to 3 teaspoons powdered sugar. That's not an exact measurement, so I'm not going to pull out the measuring spoon. Back up. Oh, he's the dairy cat. He smells the milk. Our other
Mm-hmm.
cat does not care for dairy. The other cat is a carb cat. If you have bread, pasta, crackers, anything like that, he will like slap you across the face. Especially if you've got popcorn. If you have popcorn and you don't share it, your life is in danger.
I have been friends with you for a long time now. I have
Mhm.
never seen Wizard slap you one time.
Yeah,
So
he
I
is
don't know.
aggressive when he doesn't get his way. So we just let him get his way, and everybody is happy.
Aren't we all aggressive when we don't get our way?
True, and we are
Mm.
always happy when we get our way. So like it's
Mm-hmm.
really a human emotion. Oh, this
Yeah.
might interfere with sound. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Whoa.
gonna I'm gonna go check on my stuff real quick. So give me 1 second and I'll check. Okay, so my hot chocolate, the water for my hot chocolate is nice and toasty, so it's ready whenever your
Hey,
whipping cream is ready.
yeah,
Because
I
I
just
don't
had to move it to a bigger bowl. So I'll be a couple
oh
more minutes. Yep.
I don't know how much I should be using. So 4 to 6 parts hot chocolate. Will you help me figure out the measurements for this thing? Because I don't really.
Sure. Whoops. Uh, what is the measurement of the other parts, the alcohol?
So it's 1.5 parts of the fireball,
Mhm.
1/2 parts rum chata, 4 to 6 parts hot chocolate.
Oh, so it's like a third alcohol.
Yeah, so we're gonna have fun
Oh,
doing writing
yep,
sprints tonight.
we are. We are.
Stardew Valley, I don't know what's gonna happen. Just sell all of our stuff. I'll probably just sell everything in our bins that we've been
Sell off
hoarding
our
for.
cows and our chickens.
We've been hoarding all this stuff in Hard Stardew Valley. We'll just sell everything.
We are. Hey, 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 hey. I'm not enjoying our hey, 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 hey. I'm enjoying our Stardew Valley nights.
Yes, we've been having so much fun playing Stardew
Yeah, because
Valley.
I've never played that game before, so it felt new
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, we're having so much fun with it. But now we both have horses, so now we're
Yes,
unstoppable. That
that's
means
true.
we can do whatever we want. We can fish until 1 o'clock in the morning because we won't fall asleep until two
Mhm.
o'clock in the game,
Yes.
which is
And the
amazing.
horse always finds its way home, right? Like you
I
don't have to
know.
put it
Yeah,
in
I
the
know.
stable.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, no. Our horses are good. They come all the way home. My horse's name is Fetsy.
Yes, mine is Twunk.
And the name of our farm is Twink Farm.
Yes. If only
Okay.
I could grow some twinks.
Yeah, if only. Okay, so let's put our drinks together. I didn't know what I was going to need to measure the alcohol with,
Yeah.
so I brought this with me
Okay.
because it has measurements on the side, and I brought a shot glass.
Okay.
So I don't know if either of those things will help me.
You
Uh-huh.
know, if you're gonna measure with a shot glass, that is like a healthy shot, like a generous shot. So I'm gonna measure with the extra generous shot glass I have here. Hang on. Here we go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, that's what I have. Okay, so So the first thing is, hold on. So let's see. For my hot chocolate, my chocolate goes in first. I don't know about yours.
Yeah, I assume so. I don't
No?
really follow instructions that well. I think we've talked about this a few times
Yeah,
on the show.
we have. All right. Well, neither of us do because we always go off script here. Okay,
Yes.
so hot chocolate is in. And then so how much water should I use? Should I use the right amount like of water that you would normally use
Um,
for it
I'm
or
wondering if we want
less?
to fill it up about halfway, given that we're going to be putting so much alcohol in it, because we could add more water to top it off later if we need to.
So like how many ounces should I use?
Oh, you're actually going to measure it? Okay, I'll switch back to the other thing.
Well, no, not for the alcohol. For the alcohol, use a shot glass, but for the
Oh, yeah.
water.
Um,
Because I made 3/4 cup of water is how much I made, because that's how much the recipe for the hot chocolate says.
yeah, I think I was wondering if you added the regular amount of hot chocolate, you have room for the alcohol. Or do you
Yeah.
have to be careful? Like, is it a small mug or a big mug?
No, I'm gonna put it in this glass.
Okay, yes. All right, perfect. I was just gonna eyeball it.
So should I put 3/4 a cup in or no?
Sure, 3/4 sounds good. I
Okay.
have two cats circling here. They can't have chocolate, but they both like whipped cream.
All right. So 3/4 of that is in.
Oh, I'm getting water all over the place,
Oh, be
and
careful because
I'm
it's hot.
filming this from my laptop computer.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'm making two here because I'm being nice to my husband.
That is very nice. Well, you guys got back at
Good.
a nice decent hour, so
Yes,
we have to give
I
him a
told
treat for
him,
that.
hey, buddy, my bestie needs me this evening, so I better keep a promise that I made.
I was so proud when you said you were coming home. I was like, oh my God, it's actually 9 o'clock.
Mhm.
Because for anyone who doesn't know, we usually get in much later than this. So, well, actually, you wouldn't know what time it is because we never say what time it is when we're recording, do we? Okay,
No, I don't think so.
so my hot chocolate is in. So now for the
I
first
think
is the fireball.
Fireball was
Yes.
a shot and a half, right?
So it's 1.5 parts. Is that a
Yep.
shot and a half?
Usually, yeah. But I think they give the vague thing. So if you're doing like a big crock pot of hot chocolate, you can
Oh,
adjust
okay.
it better.
So it should be 1.5 shots.
Yep. This
Okay.
is going to be.
Craig, I really want to write tonight, though.
Oh, I write good when I am like this.
You do. One of us does. The other of
But
us,
this
I don't
is
know.
also like a.
Okay.
Oh, it's an explicit podcast. This is a fucking ton of whiskey.
Yeah, that was a lot of whiskey. Okay, and then the rum chata is half, so that's just half a shot. I really
Yep.
like my rum chata bottle, by the way. Do you have the
Yeah, it's
same?
very nice. Yep.
Oh, look, we have the same one.
Mhm.
Oh, we got both of the same. Too bad you didn't get the same Frosty the Snowman whipped cream.
Yeah. I have. It had a cow on the package.
How does it
This smells
smell?
okay. There's something in here I might not react well with, but we'll see.
Oh, is that
We'll see.
pineapple?
Nope.
What's
There's
in here?
I don't know. I have these like for listeners at home. I have like food sensitivities. They're not allergies.
Well, don't
And
put
they're
that
not
much
that
in there.
serious. I'm putting in the full amount. Oh,
I
you know
know
what?
it.
It's
Oh,
almond.
you think there's almond in here?
There's almond. I'm pretty sure. Or there's something that
No.
smells like almond.
Oh, I had a coupon on this. Gee, thanks, guy, for letting me know. Couldn't let me save $1. All right, so the rum chata is in.
You know what? Maybe there's not almond in here because that would be a common allergen. So they'd say allergy
I feel like
alert.
they would lit that. I feel like they would list that. I wonder what you're smelling though.
Shiger, back up.
I don't know what you're
If
smelling.
there's black licorice in here, sometimes that can fool
Black
me, and
licorice? What the hell would black licorice be in here for?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know either. Okay, let me mix it up and then I'm gonna put my whipped cream on it. But you know what? I'm gonna pause so we can take a picture of our drink real quick.
Sure.
Unless you don't want to take a picture of yours.
No, I'm up for a picture.
So there is my
Yes,
picture. Did you take a picture of yours?
I did, and I just sent it in. Doesn't look as nice as yours, of course, but
That's not true. Yours looks delicious.
as
Yours
long
looks
as
creamier.
it tastes delicious.
Oh,
Well,
but look at the creaminess
I
of
scooped
yours.
on so much whipped cream.
Do you see how much whipped cream is on this?
Yeah,
There's so much. Hey, cheers to our first co-written book
cheers.
together.
Yeah,
Yes,
there we go.
that's right. I want to learn how to make that whipped cream. Is it okay? Wait, I need to take a sip of this.
That is very cinnamony.
There's too much whipped cream. I can't. Yes. I only taste the cinnamon.
Yeah, that's the problem with cinnamon sometimes, is it's such an overwhelming flavor.
I'm trying to taste the hot chocolate for all it's worth. So how is yours?
Very good. And I know Shiger approves because he licked some of the whipped cream when I was looking away.
Oh,
I
well,
have, cat tongue saliva in my hot chocolate now for added flavor.
well, at least there was so much whipped cream on top. It's not like you got any of the
Yeah.
booze or the
Oh,
chocolate.
I hope my vet doesn't listen to this, but Shiger has developed a taste for alcohol. Because when we have eggnog in around Christmas time, we add some rum to it.
Hmm.
He has to finish off our glasses. Like we drink it all, but there's always so much eggnog coating the glass.
Yeah.
He goes in there with his paws, gets it all, and so like he has had his fair share of rum for a small cat. Um,
Hmm.
he handles it well, but he's a more experienced alcoholic than his brother.
So, I want to talk about the eggnog in a minute, but
Yeah.
so my takeaway from this is that I don't take the taste of chocolate at all.
I'm gonna have to try again because I didn't get much hot chocolate. I got like melted whipped cream and cinnamon.
That's all I'm getting constantly is melted whipped cream and cinnamon. I'm not getting any chocolate at all.
Yeah, I
Cinnamon
wonder if
is really
the
strong.
I wonder what the Tennessee Fire Jack Daniels tastes like because I find Fireball tastes like cinnamon hearts, and I don't know if that would have a different taste.
I don't know. This doesn't taste like hot chocolate though.
No,
I
no,
mean,
it tastes like cinnamon. Yeah,
like it's not terrible. Like it's
no,
not like not drinkable, but it's not like
it's not what we were expecting.
no. I was expecting like a desserty kind of drink.
Hmm.
Like now I'm like, okay. It's okay. Um, so but anyway, we were talking about eggnog the other day because in our new Christmas book that just came out on Friday, Cookies, Candles, and Cute Butts for Christmas,
Hmm.
which don't let the title fool you because we say butts only like twice. There's lots of other things to talk about, but the word butts is
There
only
are.
said like
That's right.
twice. Um, but we have eggnog in that, and I know that you and John get eggnog every year. It's like tradition for you guys, right?
Yes, it is. For us in Shiger, yes.
Do you have a certain brand you like, or is it all the same?
So part of the conversation that we were having is because you have alcoholic eggnog, and I had never
Hmm.
heard of eggnog that comes pre-mixed with alcohol. I actually
Hmm.
saw it at Liquor Mart today. They
Oh,
had
did you?
a few. It was the only time I'd ever seen it. So we normally get the eggnog from the grocery store, so it's just the local
Hmm.
brand. The
Yeah.
dairy industry here in Canada, there's like two
Hmm.
brands, and so it's
Oh,
whichever one the store carries.
and then you guys add rum?
Yeah, usually Kraken spiced rum.
Well, I have Kraken here
Yeah, you
because
do.
I have everything left over from when we had that episode with Harry because
Hmm.
I don't drink alcohol. So the only time I drink is with you.
So if you want to have a wild boozy party, go to Callie's house, is what you're saying,
Hmm.
because bar is stocked.
Well, remember that alcohol I bought for the Harry episode? We only made
Hmm.
like one drink each, and it was like $200 worth of alcohol
Yeah, it was a
because
bit much.
everybody needed like 3 to 5 ingredients for their drinks.
Hmm.
So yeah, I definitely have all of that. Oh, he's getting ready to jump. He's
He
gonna
is.
jump.
This drink is more of a Valentine's drink because of the cinnamon heart flavor.
I think so too. Yeah. Like Jack's hand warmers doesn't feel right, but I do get it that it was Jack Daniels, so it's supposed to be
Yeah.
that. But yeah, no, it's not bad. I really don't taste the hot chocolate. I would have added
Hmm.
extra because I think
Hmm.
it would have tasted a little better, maybe.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
agree.
I
I
don't know.
agree.
But for anyway, the eggnog is in our story, and that has a tie for me because I don't have a tradition of eggnog, but I have a tradition of watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation because
Mm.
I love that movie so much. And I call the eggnog in our book is Cousin Eddie's eggnog. And Cousin Eddie is from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I've never seen the whole movie. I've just seen bits and pieces over the years. I've never sat down and watched it.
I don't know if I would have thought it was as funny if I watched it now as an adult as I did when I
Right.
was
Yeah.
younger. Because when I was younger, I saw that movie way too young. I think I was like 10 or something when I
Mhm.
saw that. I don't know how old I was. I really need to think about it and do the math. I'm not sure how old I was, but I was young. So like when they cursed or when they got mad, it was like hysterical. And like
Yes, that's the
everything
way it
that
is. Yeah.
happened was hysterical. So it always stayed like to me, it's always like been a super funny movie. I have no idea if I watch it nowadays, if I like had seen it as you would see it right now, if I would
Hmm.
even think it was funny. I'm not really sure. But
Yeah.
Cousin Eddie is like just a totally intolerable human being. So I named it after him, but he's like burpy and gross and just
Okay.
he's a very funny character. But yeah, I don't know. You sorry,
No, it's okay. What
I can already
you can feel it? Okay.
I don't know what's wrong. I think I'm such a lightweight because I don't drink anything. So I
Yeah.
can already like my blood's like, alcohol.
Hmm.
Interesting. Good choice when you're recording a podcast.
Yep.
Um, but do you guys have special Christmas movies you watch? I don't remember any from last year you're saying you did.
No, not really. Like I really loved Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the old claymation
The
one, which
claymation
makes an
one, yeah.
appearance in our book as
Uh-huh.
well.
Mm-hmm.
But even that I haven't seen for years. But no, we don't really watch Christmas movies that often. Like we watch so many movies that we'd rather just watch something new.
Just watch a regular movie?
There
Yeah.
is a new Christmas movie coming out that I'm sure is going to be awful. Like I'm
What is
sure it's
it?
going to be awful. I think it stars The Rock,
Oh,
and I saw like half a tweet or an X or whatever it's called, but like as I was scrolling through, and I think it's like The Rock has to save Santa or something like that. And I think there's another Christmas movie with was Jack Black playing Santa, or maybe
oh.
that's the same movie. Probably not, but it could be the same movie. That would be a weird movie. They've been in a
Jack
movie
Black
together,
and The
haven't
Rock.
they?
Have they? I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm gonna look it
Were
up right
they
now.
were they both in Jumanji?
Oh, wait, I think they were.
Yeah.
Jack Black Santa. So it's called Dear Santa.
Okay, so that
Yeah.
is not the Rock Christmas movies.
But
There are
he's
two
called
Christmas movies.
Satan Claus.
Oh, all right. That's what I
Mm,
call my cat sometimes, the other
yeah,
one.
Jack Black as Satan. Jack Black is is diabolical, but in a fun way as Satan. It says, interesting. I had not heard of this. And then you have The Rock too. The Rock
Yeah, I
Christmas. I
think
have to
it's
look
called
this one
like
up.
Mission Red or Red One or
Red
something.
one, yeah. After Santa Claus is kidnapped, the North Pole's head of security, The Rock must team up with somebody. I can't read the rest of it. But yeah, that's funny.
They're both going to be
Uh,
terrible movies, but they might be fun.
they might be fun. Sometimes they're so bad that they're fun, at least. At least they're fun. Um, I can't ever think of The Rock as anything but The Rock from wrestling. Did you watch wrestling ever when you were
I never
little?
watched wrestling because, like, I know it was fake. Like, I knew that on some level, but part of me got so uncomfortable watching people fighting because I didn't like it. I don't
Mhm.
like watching people fight. And even though I knew it was fake, I was like very uncomfortable, so I didn't.
Yeah, I grew up watching
Also,
that. Yeah.
after you come out as gay, sometimes you
Mhm.
look back at things you've said or done when you were younger and you're like, huh, as I'm thinking about this now, was my discomfort with that because they were like buff men in Speedos? And I was like, I can't acknowledge that. Huh,
Maybe.
maybe. Who
Could
knows?
have been. Yeah. Wow. See, this is why our characters have these moments in the book of these
Hmm.
self-realizations. Because we
Yep.
do have a couple of those moments in the book where we're like, huh, I hadn't thought about that
Yeah.
before. Yeah, interesting. My whole family watched it when I was little, because I had, three brothers. But my dad was big into it. I didn't realize it was fake until I was like an adult. So as dumb as that sounds, but I won. Well, I didn't win, but one of my old jobs, because I was the event coordinator, I always got tickets to everything. and one of
Mm,
them was like a
yep.
WWE, like I don't know, Royal Rumble or something, one of those events. And my husband, we were just friends at the time, but I was like, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to go. It's gonna be so good, blah blah blah." And he's like, he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, you go and want to watch a bunch of guys just fake fighting?" And I was like, "What do you mean fake fighting?" Like I was like 22 or something at the time. And I'm like, "What do you mean fake fighting?" He's like, "That's all fake." I'm like, "What are you talking about? How is it
Mhm,
fake?" And I'm like, "How did I go like all those years?" And honestly, my father passed away when I was like 14.
mhm.
So I'm sure he would have told me. And my mom was probably just like, I have 5 kids. I don't have time to deal with you guys and your delusions about wrestling. She probably just didn't even care. Um, but yeah, that was a really eye-opening
Mhm.
experience. And he's like, "It's fake." So like he's like got it pulled up, like on the computer, and he's trying to show me like the
Yep.
choreography and the stuff. And that was a real eye-opening experience.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I felt pretty stupid. Um,
There
especially
are, since we've talked about movies a little bit, if you're looking for a movie about wrestling, I have
mm,
two excellent recommendations. One
mm,
is The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke.
mm-hmm,
That's a Darren Aronofsky movie, so it's got
mm-hmm,
like makes me cry at the end, as a lot of
mm-hmm,
his movies do. It's
mm-hmm,
really good, but it's Mickey Rourke is a wrestler who's like is told basically he has to stop doing what he's doing because he's going to kill himself just because
mm-hmm.
his body can't handle it anymore.
Yeah.
And then the other one that's kind of more fun, I think it's called Fighting in the Family, and it's about one of the female wrestlers. Like it's based on a true story. And it's a lot of fun. I recommend that one quite a bit for any wrestling fans who also like movies.
Yeah, I would say I probably wouldn't watch them, but I appreciate the recommendations. I
Yeah,
haven't been
that one
into
is a like
wrestling in a long time.
yeah, that one is like a comedy, Fighting in
Yeah.
the Family. And I'm not into wrestling, but I enjoyed both movies.
Yeah. Yeah. I love a good comedy though. So
Hmm.
I'm sure it's funny. I feel like I vaguely remember seeing the promos for that when that came out, that one. Like
Hmm.
vaguely remember it. But yeah, I haven't watched it since then. He like definitely ruined it for me. But I mean, I wasn't really into it in my 20s. Like
Yeah.
I had it when I was younger and then I won well, I keep saying I won, but then I was gifted the tickets. So I was like, "Oh, this would be fun to go." But then once he said that to me, like I never saw it the same again.
Hmm.
But what I did see was that those people are incredible athletes.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
like the choreography that they have to do to make sure that they don't actually get hurt is like,
Hmm.
oh,
And the
like
level of
crazy.
performance they have to put on because they have to
Yeah.
act like they're hurt.
Yeah, yeah. But like really just tremendous athleticism from them, honestly. I don't know. I was super impressed with that. And I like I don't I've never been inside of a wrestling ring. I'm curious like how tall the top rope actually is. Like because you always see the guys jump from the top rope down and I'm like, how high is that really?
Hmm.
Because I don't know how like comfortable I'd be jumping down from a top rope. What's the highest thing you've jumped off of, you think?
It would be off a cliff in West Hawk Lake here in
Mm-hmm.
Manitoba.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, maybe like 30, 40 feet.
Mm. Yeah, I think I've
Keep
jumped
in
off of
mind,
one that
I
size too.
am extremely bad at estimating
Yeah,
sizes of things.
yeah, yeah.
Take that how you will.
I
I
don't feel like 30,
overestimate the sizes or I
40 might be
underestimate the
right.
sizes.
I'm not really sure. But I did in high school, there used to be like a cliff that we would jump off to that went into the water.
Hmm.
And I'm trying to like guess how high that was. I feel like I don't know, 30, 40. What's something that's 30 to 40 feet? Hold on, let's see how big 30 to 40
So
feet is.
when I was trying to do that, I was like, okay, if there are six of me standing on top of each other's head, that would be a little over 30 feet. No, that would be more than if there were
Well,
five
yeah,
of
because
me,
you're,
that would be
yeah,
under
see,
30
because
feet.
you're 5 feet, because you're 5 feet
Yeah.
tall. So, yes,
Hmm.
like I've said a million times that you're 5 feet tall. Okay, what objects? Craig says he's not 5 feet tall, by the way. I am 5'3", but Craig says he's not.
Oh,
But
one of these days,
what?
there's this guy on TikTok. I have
Uh-huh,
to send you
uh-huh,
one of his links, and some of the listeners at home will, I'm sure, have seen him. Like he
uh-huh,
finds people on TikTok who are like, "Oh, I'm 6'4". And then he's
uh-huh,
like, "Let's find out how really how tall you are." And
uh-huh.
like he'll take a screenshot of them and find something else in the picture, find out how tall that is, and like
Oh.
measure pixels, angles, all sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
Mm-hmm.
the one I just saw, it's like, there's an air conditioner in the back and it is so and so centimeters tall, and you are exactly 5.6327 air conditioners tall. But if you subtract 0.7 inches for shoes and 0.06 inches for socks, you are actually this height. The amount of math he puts into it is impressive.
I'm pretty terrible about that. So objects around 40 feet tall can include things like telephone poles, large trees like oak or pine trees, and certain monuments.
Huh,
So I don't
that
know
kind
how
of
tall the
helps.
cliff is, to be honest. I don't know, because I had one that we used to jump off of too, but which is
Yeah.
crazy because if my mother knew that, that would not be a
Yeah,
good
and this was
thing.
like 15, 20 years ago, so I don't remember that well. My mother was there, so she saw me jump off the cliff. She encouraged me to jump
Um,
off the cliff.
I just saw, oh, well, that there you
Yes.
go. Yeah,
Yeah.
did somebody else jump in first to make sure the lake was safe that you jumped into?
Oh, so it's a very deep lake. West Hawk Lake was formed from a meteor strike, so it's very, very deep. Very,
Oh,
very cold as well. One of our coldest lakes here.
oh, fancy.
Um, we were visiting like some extended family, and so we're out on a boat on the lake, and they said, "Hey, you can jump off of that." And me and I thought someone else did. I don't know. I don't even remember who was there.
Hmm.
What I do remember is I forgot to take my wallet out of my pants pocket, so everything got soaking wet because I didn't
That's
have a
funny.
swimsuit on, so I was in
Yeah,
my jeans and everything.
and you just jumped in the water, huh?
Yeah.
Hmm. We were in high school, so I don't, I'm think we had bathing suits on. Fairly certain we had bathing suits on. Don't think we jumped in with our clothes on, but yeah. My God, have you ever gone skinny dipping, by the way?
I have not. No.
Ah, yeah, I have. Yeah, in the ocean, which now
Hmm.
I'm like, what the hell was wrong with us as teenagers? Because it's not only is it dark outside, but it's the freaking ocean. It's the beach at nighttime. Like AM, like we go to the beach sometimes in the nighttime here, like just to
Hmm.
look out on the pier or something. But I would never get in the water now. Like, what the hell is wrong with me? Not even
Hmm.
clothed. What I wouldn't even put my feet in the water now. And like, there's just a bunch of 16-year-olds just swimming in the water, totally naked. What the hell? Like, I have
Yeah.
no idea what was wrong with me. Like, brains are not fully developed, I think, at that age. So,
Oh,
like,
probably. I think they don't fully develop to like age 28 or something like that. It's in your 20s.
yeah, well, it was definitely not fully developed for me. I could tell you that much. But yeah, and I'm sure my mom at that point thought I was just like asleep in my room or something.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah, because I was always sneaking out, and that's something else that you never did. You never snuck out, right?
No, but I'm sure my husband John is fine with me telling this story, but he had like some family visiting from somewhere in Europe, and this this one of his cousin was obsessed with with one of John's friends, and he's like, we have to, like, romantically, we have to sneak out and we have to go meet her. I need to meet her. I need to see her. And so they like plan it, and they're gonna like sneak out of the house. So the
Mhm.
late at night they go down to the basement and they open the basement window. And then 5 seconds later, John's mom is outside the window. Oh, where are you going? A little late to be going anywhere.
Oh, they got
Like
busted.
nothing gets past her.
Yeah. I want to be that kind of mom. I hope I can be that way with my kids. That's what I hope. Because I did so much bad stuff when I was a teenager that I feel like I
Oh,
know
you
all
know
their
all the
tricks.
tricks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know all the tricks. But yeah, I rarely got caught. I only got caught one time, and then that was the last time I snuck out. But like I just like that time I was really bracing because I just went right. My dad used to sit really close to the TV when he was watching TV, and he'd have like his chair pulled. I don't know why. I still don't know why to this day he did, but he'd have like his recliner pulled like so close to the TV, and then he'd fall asleep like on the recliner. So like I just
Hmm.
like this time I was being super brazen instead of going out my window. I just went like right behind him out the front door, and then I just left the front door unlocked. But then the great thing about that was my parents thought they left the door unlocked, and then he ended up waking up and locking the door. So since
Hmm.
I didn't go out of my window that time, I was locked outside. And there's like we didn't have cell phones then, so it wasn't like I
Yeah.
could call like my brother or somebody and be like, please let me in the house. Like I'm screwed. And I also knew my brother would get me in trouble because, like,
Yeah,
their
that's what brothers
window,
do.
the other option would be like to knock on their window and be like, oh my God, let me in the house. But they would have told on me like within 2 seconds. So yeah, I had to knock on the door and I was in so much trouble.
Mhm.
I was in so much trouble. But yeah, I think that I would know if my kids were doing something bad, but we'll see. I don't know.
We'll
But
see.
I don't know. We'll have to find out, I guess.
You'll find out in like 30, 40 years when your kids have podcasts and they start talking
Mm-hmm.
about these things.
You're absolutely right. So overall, this drink, I would give this
Mm,
like I don't know, like a 3 out of 10. Like it's not very
I was
good.
thinking like a 2 or a 3. Like I'm
Yeah,
struggling to finish this and I like
yeah.
hot chocolate and I
I'm
like
struggling to
alcohol.
finish it. Like it's like a 2, maybe. It might even be a 2, to be honest. So I don't know if the Fireball would have tasted different. It says cinnamon whiskey. So I
Hmm.
can't imagine the flavor would have been that much different.
No, I don't think so.
But like it's too much cinnamon. You can't even taste
Hmm.
the I was expecting the hot chocolate with just a little kick,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
is like all cinnamon.
So when I make normal hot chocolate, it's
Mm-hmm.
just like the package mix, but then I
Yeah,
throw in some cinnamon and a pinch of cayenne pepper. And that
yeah.
is like really good. It's got a real kick to it. And it's really,
Mm-hmm.
really tasty. And so I was
Well,
expecting something like that here.
well, this weekend, because this weekend is Bessie weekend because
It
John's
is.
going away. So we have Bessie weekend. So we'll make that one we can make because I have another packet that I bought. So we can make it that way if you
Sure.
think it tastes good. Because
It does.
now I'm kind of let down from this because I was expecting a hot chocolate. Now I'm like, well, it's not hot anymore. It's cold. And now it's just like cinnamon liquid I'm just
Yeah.
drinking. It's not that great. Um, but yes. So the next thing that we want to talk about is our book that is out.
Hmm.
So I've had a lot of people ask me how we wrote it together and what that looks like to co-write with somebody, which obviously there's a bunch of different ways that you can co-write.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And for us, what we did was, oh, you know what? I should pull up that outline. Hold on. I'm going to go into our file and
Sure.
pull the outline up. I said I was going to do this earlier and then I forgot. But go ahead. You can talk about our process, what it was like
Yeah.
for us.
So we, as much as possible, which is like 98% of the time, we always wrote together in Zoom. Um, we were writing different scenes. So it's not like we were hammering it out together in one Word doc or one Google Doc. But we had carefully planned what we wanted to happen in each chapter. And I took a POV character and you took a POV character, and we lots of communication, lots of talking. We're like, okay, in this scene, I'm gonna have the guy do this, which is usually fuck.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna fuck like
Mm-hmm.
this. And then the other person is like, oh, okay, yeah, I don't think they fucked enough. So they're gonna fuck like this in my scene.
This all sounds right. This is
Yes.
exactly what it sounded like when we were writing. I'm trying to find our original planning doc, and I'm having trouble finding it, but I know it's in here somewhere. I'm just not finding it on here for some reason. Let's see, cookies and candles. Yeah, but for us, I wouldn't say 98% we wrote in Zoom. I don't think there was anything we wrote outside of Zoom. We wrote the whole entire thing in
All
Zoom.
right, then the whole thing.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, you didn't write anything else.
I
We
did not.
didn't,
No.
yeah, no, and I didn't write outside of
Yeah.
Zoom. Yeah, we wrote the whole thing in. But then, yeah, what we did originally was we came up with the outline and we knew what we wanted it to be about. My question is I want to pull the outline up, the
Mhm.
original one, and see how far we deviated from it.
See, this is what this little dipshit is doing.
Oh, hi, baby. He's
Hey, hey, hey.
okay. It
See?
doesn't taste good.
Paw
Oh my
in
God.
there.
Oh my God, this cutest stop.
You're
The
cut
the
off.
the cat just stuck his paw in and it was the cutest thing I've ever seen. Oh my God, give the
You
cat
can't
whatever
have
he wants. Give him
it
something
has
else.
chocolate in it. He
Yeah,
can't
he
have it.
can't have it. Give him
But
something else.
now that
Mm-hmm.
is because it's a cat, that is a paw that has been digging through the litter in the litter box.
Well, you didn't want to
And
drink it
now has
anyway.
been dipped in my hot chocolate.
Well, to be fair, you didn't want to drink it anymore
But
anyway.
I kiss his toes and call him a good boy, so I already have the germ. So here we go.
No, 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 no. Oh my
Oh
God.
God, no, this is a one this drink.
Yeah, I can't drink any more of it. I'll be honest with you. I
Oh my
can't.
God, no, a big mouthful. No, no,
Uh-huh.
but I'm gonna do it again to finish it.
Oh God, brave
Hmm.
soul you are.
Holy
Um,
fuck, that's awful.
Callie and Craig Christmas. Okay, wait, here we are.
Nothing for
So,
you.
so
Nothing for
let's
you.
see what we have. We can do this, right? This is okay if we talk about this?
Oh, I'm cool for that. Yeah.
I don't know if we'll spoil anything. You see anything getting spoiled? I don't think anything's getting spoiled in here, right?
Well, no, also it's a romance, so anybody that has ever read a romance knows how it ends.
Okay. Well, yeah, they just don't know all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. So originally we planned to have the shops outside, like a cute outdoor mall. So we have that. Oh yeah, remember you wanted to glower.
Yeah, I was picturing like Grumpy Sunshine, you would be Sunshine and I would be Grumpy, which in the
Yeah.
end is kind of the other way around because your guy
Brayden
gets
is
a little
not
moody
grumpy.
sometimes.
Oh my God, what are you talking about? When anybody reads a story, you'll see the one part that the guy actually, you know what? Don't make me get into to Kellen's behaviors. Hold on a second. Craig wanted to glower across the street. He wanted one scene. He's like, I have to have glowering across the street. But did we actually include that?
No, he was always looking across the street with like longing and love-struck eyes and like
Yeah.
lots of happy, fluffy, horny emotions.
Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, so there's one that we deviated from. Shops across the street from one another. That we have.
With
Two.
a, we didn't write this in the notes here, but with the windiest street you ever could imagine between them.
We're in a constant wind tunnel on this street. Okay, two honky guys, yes.
Hmm.
Craig's guy is the candle guy, yes. Callie's guy
Hmm.
is the cookie guy, yes. Okay, now what I will say about that is that yes, we both had our own characters. Yes, they were loosely based on our own personalities. As terrifying as that is to
Hmm.
say. But there are some things that there is a little bit of crossover in the writing
Yes.
where like you would say like, hey, this would be good if you did this and I would do that. So there is a little bit, but ultimately that's that.
Hmm.
um, but those were always fun times. Like we're like with Zoom with John, like, yeah, we're gonna go have sex now. Not
Hmm.
us, the characters, but it was like such a habit to say you or me, like when we
Yes.
were writing it, you know.
Yeah.
And there was a couple times my husband looked over and I was like, if I give you a blowjob, my husband's like, what the fuck is happening over there? And then he just puts the headphones in. He's such a good
Hmm.
sport because he knows, like, he
Yeah.
knows what we're talking about, the story. But I mean, like, I couldn't imagine if it was the reverse. I'd be like, what the hell did you just say?
So the next project we have to write is like a murder, like serial killer murder thing. So your
Mhm.
husband can overhear. So how do we deteriorate a body and make it decompose in under 24 hours? I need
Yeah.
to know how.
Yeah. So if I help you stab like this and then we
Yes.
drag the body out, yeah, we should do that. No, the greatest part was because we were busting our asses when we were going through edits, and both of our husbands were like, "Okay, when is this going to be over
Yeah.
now? Like, can we hurry up and finish?" And I shouldn't say that because both of our husbands were extremely patient. Nobody was
Oh,
rushing
but they
anything.
wanted their routines
But
back to normal.
yes, which is totally understandable.
Yeah.
And like right after that, Craig's like, "Hey, what do you think about writing a New Year's Eve like kind of romance?" And I was like, there was about 30 seconds where I didn't realize he was joking. I'm like, I think that could work. And then I came up with like five ideas, and I'm like, oh, you're joking. So I did tell my husband that he didn't find it as funny.
Hmm.
He was like, maybe just take a couple of weeks off before you guys jump right back into something else. But we do have our other books that we're working on.
We do.
So
Yes.
the New Year's book has to wait.
It
Um,
does. Yes.
okay.
Until at least next week.
Yes. So your guy is the candle guy, my guy is the cookie guy. Callie's guy is a lightly hairy chest. That's true. Craig's guy has a smooth chest, yes. Because Craig likes hairy chests and
I
Callie doesn't.
do.
So
As I said on the Besties versus Besties episode, it's because I want what I can't have myself.
Put
I'd
your
have
put
maybe
your
a single
chest
chest hair between my
away.
titties.
Away. Um, okay, and then it says grumpy, but no one is grumpy. I
No.
challenge that. Okay, I
Yeah.
really do. And there are two somethings that Kellen does that anybody I think would get grumpy with.
Is that being a
Don't
slut?
No, what? I would never call you a slut.
Well, Braden calls Kellen a slut like 10
Okay,
times during
okay,
sex.
wait, time out. Wait a minute. Kellen likes being called a
True.
slut.
He's like, please call
Okay.
me slut, daddy.
Yes. So Brayden does call Kellen a slut, but it's not like derogatory. It's not like he's not saying it like he's not
Hmm.
being a jerk, like, hey, get over here, slut. He's like, yeah, you like that, don't you? Oh my God, my friends have had some words for me. They're like, dude, you wrote this. I'm like, yes.
Hmm.
Um, okay, make sure we add cuddle sessions for the cats. We did add cuddle
We
sessions for the
did.
cats, yes.
Yeah.
And we wanted it to be that every night ended with a cat conversation because both of our characters each have an orange cat.
Hmm.
And so even though they weren't together for 12 years and didn't know each other, they had a lot of the same like routines. And one of them was to every night that they spent time with their kitties, talk to their
I'm
cats.
going to jump in real quick here because you said even though they haven't been around each other for 12 years, I don't think we've said on this podcast yet that they are childhood best friends.
Ah, we haven't. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they started to feel some feels for each
Some
other.
things happened.
Yeah, and then at
That you have to read the
18,
book to find out
yeah,
with,
you have to
though.
find out.
Yeah.
That's all we're
Yeah.
saying. But then at 18, one of them takes off for college,
Mm-hmm.
and then they both get pissed off at each other and don't talk
Mm-hmm.
for 12 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know whose fault it was.
Not mine.
No, it definitely wasn't your character's fault. No,
No.
nothing is ever your fault. But I agree. And if I were Brayden, I would say nothing is your fault because Brayden would
Hmm.
never blame Kellen for anything. Okay, next one. Oh, that one we're not going to read out loud, but we did stick with that one. That's a funny plot point that
Oh,
we don't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
point that out.
That
S-
chapter 4?
Maybe chapter 4 or chapter 5. I don't really
Yeah.
know which chapter that is. But
It's not
yeah,
a kinky sex thing. Don't get too excited, listeners. It's not a kinky sex thing.
there is
There
some
are
kinky.
kinky
Are you
sex
serious?
things,
There's a
yes.
lot. There's
But the thing
17
we're
sex
talking
scenes in
about
this
is
book.
not a
Yes.
kinky sex scene. Yeah.
No. Okay, so that we're gonna leave off. Both single, yes. Oh, this one
Mhm.
says both turning 40 or just 40. That we changed. We made them
Yes.
30 because we
Yeah.
felt like the jump between 18 to 40 and them not have reaching out was more unrealistic than them getting back together at 30. And
Yeah.
also, we fell in love with our characters while we were writing them, and we really didn't want to keep them apart for an extra 10 years. This is the truth.
Mhm.
We wanted
Mhm.
them to have more time together. So regardless of whether it's realistic or not, it's also fiction. But
Yeah.
we felt bad making them 40 instead of being 30. We wanted them to have more
Yeah.
time. Childhood friends, different high schools. So not different high schools. So we didn't do this because we did different colleges.
Mhm.
Forced drifting apart on both sides. We call that forced drifting apart if they're both waiting for the other one. Like stupidly,
Uh,
because they're both stupidly waiting for the other one to do something.
yeah, yeah, no, it's maybe not forced drifting apart, but yeah, they're
Hmm.
both waiting for the other, and they
Not too
both
much.
they both tried to like
Easy.
reconnect and it didn't work, and so they just like, oh, he doesn't
Hmm.
want me, doesn't want
Yeah.
me.
Vermont. We did Vermont, but we
We
made up our
did
own town called Frosty Bottoms, Vermont.
Frosty Bottoms, where everything
Hmm.
is a sexual innuendo.
100%.
Hmm.
Big Christmas tree in the center of town. We did that. And then Craig had a very specific request.
Yes, several years ago, I was reading my way through like 20 or 30 romances I got for free from a promotion thing, and it's like at least half of them, like, oh, he had like a gorgeous apartment. Everything was polished with black and chrome. Like black and chrome became the color theme of every hot guy's apartment. I'm like, no black and chrome. No.
Hmm.
Need more
Hmm.
life to these apartments.
Hmm. Um, so we did not do that. We had no black and chrome. I don't even know if I think Kellen's kitchen is like soft colors actually. I think it's white. White cabinets maybe. I can't remember.
I
Um,
don't remember either.
so let's see. Sex in a Forbidden Place. They have sex in quite a few forbidden places actually. Uh,
Dude,
one, two, three, four, five. They have sex in five forbidden places.
they have sex outside of the bedroom more than they do inside the bedroom, I think.
Well,
Oh,
there's 17 sex
yeah,
scenes.
maybe not then.
So I don't think so because five of them are in a spot where they shouldn't be, or you wouldn't expect them to be. So I can't remember.
Right, right. But some of them are in the bathroom, like in the shower, so that's not in bed.
No, that's true. I don't really know. And then we also like if you read this and you're like, wow, 17 sex scenes, that's a lot. We also cut some out.
Yes,
So
we did. We did.
yeah, and I had like a very, very great blowjob scene that's just on deck for like if we write bonus scenes or something, or that New Year's Eve story. I got
Yeah,
one ready. We have like two of them ready to go. So
there we
yeah,
go.
we felt
All
like
the
we
more
needed
reason.
to. Like we were like, 17 is pretty good. Okay, different businesses in charge. There's a snowflake festival. We didn't get rid of that. That's good.
Mhm.
This we probably shouldn't bring up why we came up with this,
Oh, right.
or
Yes.
you think so? No?
The cinnamon whiskey is getting to me. I hope I'm understanding why we did that. Is
I
it
don't
because
want,
of
why are you pointing up? What's up?
upstairs? Upstairs?
What's
What's
upstairs?
upstairs? Who's
What's upstairs?
upstairs? Who's on
Who's up?
first? What's
What's
on
happening?
second?
What's happening? I don't know what's happening, but you're pointing around. Um, I'm gonna pat my head. I don't know.
Because the
Um,
first time they have sex, it's in a place where
yeah.
someone upstairs could hear. Is that why
Oh,
this
that's
was
not
there?
why.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Okay, yeah, no, the whiskey's getting to you. Okay, when we were plotting for this, I was saying that someone saying someone's name was extremely hot. And
Mm-hmm.
someone else said,
Oh,
why the
yeah.
fuck would somebody do that? That's not hot at all. So then you and I, being the little shits that we are, were like, oh yeah. So now every time when he says, don't say my name, it's like, it's a little tip of the hat.
Yes,
But
I
yeah,
remember that now because you were like, oh, the characters need names that are moanable. Like you
they're
could moan
moanable.
that
They
name.
need to moan
And
the
yeah, and
name.
I was like, why would you moan someone's name during sex? And then I remember taking the computer over to John and saying, when you fuck someone,
Yes.
do you want them to moan your name? And he was
Yeah.
like, what? Why the fuck would they do that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly what John said. Why the fuck would they do that? So
yeah.
then Callie thinking now, because you know how that is, right? Like if you think something's hot and then you ask a couple people and they say it's not, then you're like, wait, which one of us is the weird one here?
Yeah.
So I'm like, so I asked like a bunch of people because thankfully I have so many great Instagram followers that I talk to like on a daily basis. So I just do like informal polls all the time. So I'm like,
Hmm.
hey, moaning names while during sex, hot or not hot? And every single one, hot, 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 hot,
Yeah.
hot. And then I'm like, you know what? And I asked girls and guys, I asked a few, I asked a bunch of people. So yeah, and they all said hot. So then that made it in. But yeah, mostly in the way that there were two scenes where he's like, shut up, don't say my name.
But one of them was a very logical reason why. But yeah,
Both of them are. Both of them
yeah.
are. Yeah,
What's
because
the
the
second?
first time
Oh, yeah, yeah,
both
yeah.
of them are. There's two. One is because they don't want someone to hear, and the other one is a little bit more complicated to explain, so we don't want to explain that one. Okay. Meet with the town to go over the plan. I don't know what the hell that means. Were we
I
drunk
think
when we
it's
wrote that?
meet with the town to go over the plan for the Snowflake Festival. And we
Ah,
do have that one.
mm-hmm. You read some.
Kellen is super nervous about the
Oh,
meeting.
whoa, whoa, wait. Never mind. Don't read that one. I gave you one that you can't read.
Dot, 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 fill in the blank. Yeah.
Yeah, Kellen was super nervous about the meeting. Yes.
And then after this dot, 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 fill in the blank, suddenly Kellen is super calm. So something
Hmm.
happens in between.
We
I'll
did
give
not
you a
do
hint.
this.
They pull out a game of Operation and it's the buzzing that gets them off.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
This one says keep relationship hidden for a short amount of time, but we do not do that. 0%.
True, but they're not like that when
They're
they run into
outside
their
holding
parents. Well, at least when they
hands.
run into Braden's parents, they're like, let's downplay it a little bit.
I don't even know if they had that conversation, to be
I can't
honest.
remember. We might
Because
have edited it out.
yeah,
Edit.
I think we
Ooh, the
edited
whiskey. Edited
it.
it out.
I think
Yes.
we edited it out. Yeah. I think so because we didn't want them to be hiding it.
Yeah.
So I think there was like just that like goofy kind of denial where it's
Hmm.
like they're obviously sleeping
Everybody knows,
together.
yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the way that we definitely didn't hide it from the town though.
We
Because this
we have
says,
definitely read our own book, listeners. Like, trust us. We've read our own book. We
oh
know
my
what's in it.
God. But do you realize how many times? Let me tell you something, listeners at home. You have no idea how many times we've read this book. Because
Hmm.
when we would write a scene, like Craig said, we would be in Zoom. And so I'd say, okay, I'm going to start working on this scene because we'd say, like, in this scene, Kellen's going to be elected snowflake princess and Braden is going to, I don't know, do whatever. He's going to go buy marshmallows. That does not happen. Okay. But so we would set a timer for 20 minutes. We're in Zoom and then we'd write the scene out. We'd come back and then we'd read the scene together and then we just throw it in the document together. And then we'd, later on we'd edit it when we went through edits. But everything flowed so well. And we didn't even, this was our outline. Like, this is it. This is the
Yeah.
outline for the whole damn story. Like, and it all came together well. I've gotten a lot of people that said they were very surprised that there were two authors. I think it seems obvious that there's two voices, which we weren't trying to make it sound like one voice because we do have two distinct voices and there's two distinct
Hmm.
characters. But I do take it as a compliment when people say, like, this flowed so well
Absolutely.
that I couldn't tell that this was co-written, which is pretty cool. Okay. So let's see what else. Avoid each other for years in order to ignore the feelings they develop for each other. That's not true. We deviated from that because they weren't ignoring their feelings. That wasn't why they stopped
Ah,
talking.
yes, yes. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, they did. But no, you're right. They didn't
Yeah.
ignore their feelings.
No.
But they did stay away from each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is that wizard over there? I can't see what I'm looking at. What is that?
Uh,
No,
I have
right?
no this.
Yeah.
That I think is John's
I
humidifier.
had too much whiskey.
Yes. It's a piece
I,
of plastic. It's not my cat.
I I thought it looked like a white side or something.
Aw, nice cat. Nice cat.
Pat for Cali. Okay, let's see. Um, no, we're not gonna read that. But yes, that stayed. Yep, that stayed. Hold on. Sorry, this part's not gonna be that
You
interesting.
are gonna have to read the book, my friends, at home.
Yeah. I'm just looking to see. One, two, three, four, five. We kept all of those. Uh-huh. So look, we really didn't deviate that far away
True.
from everything. But I will say, sex comes very, very fast in this book. So if you're
Yes.
looking for a slow burn, we can't help you out.
So sex comes fast, but they don't come fast. The sex
No,
scenes last a little while.
they do, but not like overly long. Like I feel like
No,
the sex scenes have a pretty good rhythm to them.
they do. They do. They're not,
Yeah.
yeah. There's only one book I've read where it had an intensely long sex scene, but yeah, sex scenes that go on too long, generally not a fan of.
Mm-hmm.
Here we strike a real nice balance.
Yeah, I feel like it's our book. So I mean,
Yeah,
we're
of course, it's
biased.
perfect. It's
We're
perfect.
biased, but yeah, I mean, I think we do. There's a lot of there is a lot of sex, but there's also a lot of really funny um just happy moments and a lot of like Christmassy stuff. Like they
Hmm.
bake pancakes together, they cook for each other. It's really cute stuff.
Yeah,
There's like
Christmas lights
going
and
and looking at
tree
Christmas lights.
decorating.
Mm-hmm.
Fun with,
Yep.
I won't say that, what they have fun with. They have fun with something.
They do have fun with something, which I really hope no one else has ever written it. Like, because we
Yeah.
came up with it by ourselves, but we talk about this all the time that when you come up with something and you're so proud of it, and then sometimes you find out that someone else did it and you're like, oh, like
Hmm.
because you feel like so original. And I will say that whatever chapter that is, hold on, what chapter is that? Hold
Oh,
on.
it's in the second half, isn't it? Like around 75%?
It's pretty far back. Hold on. I think we could we read the chapter names or should we not read the
Sure.
chapter
Yeah. No,
names?
chapter names would be cool.
All right, hold on. Let me go to my book here.
Yeah,
And
you're gonna have to do it because that whiskey is like I can see clear enough, but I
uh-huh.
can't focus on something for all too long.
I'm super excited for to do writing sprints
Yeah,
tonight with you
this is
like
gonna be a
this.
blast.
Yeah. But this is good because you know what? It's been a while since we did a Hemingway
Yes.
experiment experience. Hemingway experiment. It's been a while since we've done that. And that does still look like wizards to me.
Yeah. What if I
Okay.
turn it a little bit? Then it's
Oh, I
clearly a
see
piece
it
of
now. Yeah,
plastic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now I can see it. Yeah, now I see it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see that's not the cat. Nope,
Hmm.
it's not. Okay. So let's see. Chapter 1 is unexpected motorboating.
Hmm.
Chapter 2 is bottoms up. Chapter 3, Snowflake Princess. Chapter 4, and I don't know if I want to read that one, but you could see it if you pulled up a sample anyway,
That's
right? You would see
true.
it.
Yeah.
Kellen the Catnapper. Chapter
Hmm.
5, Banging in the Closet. Chapter 6, You Taste Like Mine. Chapter 7, Otters Mate for Life. Chapter 8, Put Your Dick Away. The next one is your favorite. Chapter 9, Whose Ass Is This?
Yes, and so like listeners at home, I'm just
Both.
picturing someone holding an ass in their hand. Whose ass is this? Whose ass? Come on, whose ass is this?
So we always laugh about that. The next one is Horny Reindeer. The next one is I don't
You
want
can
to
skip
say.
it. You can skip it.
I'm gonna skip that one, but if you're wondering what I'm talking about, it's chapter 11. So if you support us and go buy the book, the ebook or the paperback or hardcover, you could see chapter 11 is the one I was skipping because I think that gives away too much.
I need to look
Uh,
up what chapter 11 was.
oh my God.
Is everything a
No,
dead giveaway for what's in the
there's a
book?
typo in the page.
No, there's not. No,
Yes,
no,
there is.
no.
There is.
I don't
There
want
is
to
a
hear it. Don't want to
Oh
hear
my
it.
God, there is. Oh my God. Do you know how many times we've read this?
All
Oh my
right, I'm
God.
opening the Scrivener file.
There's a typo on the chapter list.
Oh, I see that. Oh, yes, 11. I see what you're talking about. Okay, chapter 12. I'm fixing the typo.
Oh my
I
God.
am. This
Uploading
is
to
a
Amazon.
live export of an ebook to Amazon right here on the podcast. You won't find this anywhere else.
You guys, listen. Here's the deal, folks. We have had this book edited. We have gone over this book at least 20 times. It is unbelievable that a mistake could sweep by. But you know what?
Hmm.
It did. But honestly, I don't know if anyone could say anything about that because it is like not a word that even is a word.
That's true. It came up as like not in the dictionary.
Like we kind of made that word up. So
We
is it
spelled it wrong, but
misspelled?
we made it up.
Right.
Well, it
We,
kind of
s-
is.
okay, it kind of is. I'm gonna lose sleep tonight over this.
Oh, don't lose sleep because it's being updated as we speak. I've already formatted and exported the ebook, and here I'm going into Amazon, edit ebook content.
Is it
Uh,
wrong on the page though? Hold on.
I manually retype all of those things where you saw the error.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go to chapter and see real quick and make sure. Anyway, judgy eyes and shameful things. Chapter 13 is
Or
mistletoe
if
and
you
gummy worms.
currently have the ebook before I update it, it's Juggy Eyes. No D, Juggy Eyes.
And then there's an epilogue, which says, obviously everything is horrible.
Everything is horrible, as all romances end.
That's how it ends. Everything is horrible. No, that's not true. Chapter 13. That's one of the last chapters, right?
Juggy Eyes.
Okay, it's spelled right on the chapter page. It's spelled right. Okay, good. How did this happen?
I choose to blame the cat.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey, but you know what? We've
Hmm.
been reading because we read together every night for listeners at home because we don't spend enough time together.
No.
Because 19 hours a day is not enough time. So we do read tonight to too much whiskey. We do read together at night, but listen, Bessie, 48 weeks in a row
We
we've
have
been
been
reading
reading
for.
48 weeks in a row.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, think about it because the podcast was a year ago we started.
Hmm.
So it wasn't that long after that. I think it was just a few months after that, right? Like maybe a month
I
or two
guess
after.
so. I thought it was like in the summer.
I don't know. I wasn't reading without you. I wasn't reading at nighttime. I for damn sure didn't have a streak of 48 weeks. There's no way. Here, can I look at wait, we're recording a podcast right now. What a mess
But
this is.
I have updated the ebook on Amazon. So
Perfect.
if you are listening to this and you have not downloaded our book yet, you will get judgy eyes, not juggy eyes.
But I think it also updates because
It does,
as
yeah.
we've seen updates
Interestingly,
get made, it does update. So it would update anyway, even if you had the book.
which
Because
is
I've seen it
interesting.
update.
It's
Yeah.
like Amazon says, oh, if you update your book, we will not update the books that people already have on their devices unless it's a major, major, major change. And all we've been doing is catching the occasional typo, and the copy on your Kindle has updated more than once.
Yeah. It is interesting because what if like we wouldn't do that, but what if somebody decided they wanted to change like their whole story or
Yeah.
something? Or like you said the other day, what if somebody like rewrote a chapter and then the reader has the bookmark in and then just misses a whole chapter or something?
Hmm.
Like that would be wild.
What if we rewrite this book so Kellen and Braden break up and Kellen ends up with Chad?
What if I come murder you 1,000 times? You guys have no idea what it was like to work with my best friend. Because Craig, you're not really like flirty unless you're like a little tipsy, but like not
Yeah,
with me. I mean, like in person,
yeah.
but like on paper, like Craig's character, like I had to keep beating him off of people because Craig's character was very flirty. So
Hmm.
like, and there's different things that different readers like. Like I think that Kellen has a great balance and I love Kellen. Kellen's my favorite. I don't know, but it's because it's my best friend. So of course it's my favorite. But sorry, I don't know where I was going.
The flirtiness,
Yes,
the Chad
but
thing.
yes, there is a bartender named Chad, and I can't spoil it because it's actually a plot point, so I can't really
Mhm.
spoil that. But yes, I had to beat my best friend away from him a couple times. I'm like, too much. It's too much. There was a couple points where like that's the only thing I think that we ever really edited. Like honestly, it was just like,
Mhm.
okay, like you got too handsy with Chad again. Because it was like I put my hand on his shoulder and squeezed it, and I'm like, do you have to touch him? Like, does that have to happen? And then, like, a couple scenes later, I was hugging him, and I'm like, oh my God, hugging again. Can you keep your hands to
So
yourself?
next time we write a book, it'll be like, I slipped my hand in Chad's pants and squeezed his balls.
Yeah,
There, you're a good friend.
you probably would write that. So I'm waiting to see. I'm reading the book to my husband right now. Sex scenes omitted. So like, 80% of the book is
Yeah,
out.
it's a short read.
It's
Yeah,
like, I should be done by tomorrow.
yeah.
Um, but I'm waiting to come across one that I missed. I'm just waiting for, oh no, I saw one that I didn't
Mhm.
remember. Or actually, obviously I remember it because we wrote it together, but I forgot that it was in there, like at the very end when you like it's like the Christmas party and you like hug him, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, Braden's not here for like 1 second, and you're already hugging this guy again. Because that is something like in our friendship that Callie
But it
is
is
very
like,
jealous and Craig is not jealous of
it is a
anything. So
clothes on hugging, face to face, not face to dick.
your dicks would still be touching.
Well, maybe if you hug that closely.
How else would you hug? Will
Like just
you
leaning forward, so it's just like your shoulders touching.
would you do that? Is that the kind, tell the truth, is that the hug you imagine with
Well,
Chad?
no, no. But like I hug a lot of my gay male friends.
Penis back.
And like we don't like
Yes.
full body hug. So like I don't think I've rubbed my dick against a friend's dick. Interesting.
I was just trying to imagine two bodies hugging.
Hmm.
That's like, is it like a
A bit
there,
there's
like
a
a
little bit of a lean
there?
in.
Yeah, like there's a lean in. So
So the
yeah,
dicks stay away from dicks.
we're just moving our bodies
Unless
out all
it's
kinds
like
of
an
ways that
extra
nobody
special
can
friend,
see.
then you do go dick to dick.
Mm. Yeah, I've told you before, I don't like when people hug me because I do
Hmm.
not like when my boobs press against anyone else that's not my
Hmm.
husband. So I do not like that. I haven't figured out how to do the boobs back. Like, so
Yeah.
whatever this penis back move is that you do? You have to show me that.
Well, it helps that the penis is on the lower half of the body.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not up
true.
here. Imagine if dicks were up here.
Oh my God, like that movie. Remember when
Oh yeah, Hugh
you guys were
Jackman with the
watching that?
testicles on his chin.
Yeah. Yeah, and you were like, look at this. Oh, it was crazy. All right. I don't know. I think that was it. I think we've been
Yeah,
talking for like an hour. I really don't
we
even know.
have. This has been one wild ride of a podcast.
Yeah. So, in short, we love Christmas and we wanted to write a
Mhm.
book together. And we thought it would be really cool to have a story written by a guy and a girl best friend, um, and try to appeal to anyone who wants to read a funny rom-com with lots of sex in it.
Can I add one thing?
If it's nice, it's not
Oh,
gonna hurt my feelings. I had
no,
way
it's
too
not
much
going to hurt your
whiskey.
feeling. But we were talking during the writing. There were a couple of people that talk about, oh, I can tell when a woman writes gay
Oh,
male sex scenes
mm-hmm,
because
mm-hmm,
they do this, this, and this.
mm-hmm.
And all of those things are in the book, but in the scenes that I wrote.
That's true. Because we had a couple people, I purposely did not write any growling
I have so
because
much growling.
yes, because someone said that the true sign, and I do, you shouldn't take that criticism to heart that, and it hasn't been directed at me, and I'm sure it will
No.
be directed at me at some point, but I've heard other people say that the sign that a woman wrote a sex scene would be because the guys growl too much or something. So I purposely didn't have any growls in there, which I kind of regretted because there's a video on Book Talk that my friend sent me and the guy does the growl, and I was like, "Oh man, I want to go back and add it in
Hmm.
now." So now, when I read your scenes, I just hear that, and I'm like, "Oh, I should have left it in." But yeah, we did step outside of what people expect. I
Yeah.
think the girl to write and what they would expect the
So
guy to
what I'm
write.
hearing though is
Mm.
the New Year's book that we're going to start writing tomorrow.
Mm.
Everybody growls at each other.
Lots of growling and grunting. I don't know if we do grunting either, growling or grunting.
I don't think we do grunting. Lots of
Oh,
growling
the
in my
the other
scenes.
one is baby. Remember
Oh,
you like baby.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Gay men don't call each other baby. Well, that's what I wrote.
Yeah, there's a lot of babies in there. Yeah.
Mhm.
We both like baby, but yeah, you definitely. I think if we measured who used baby more, I think probably you.
Oh, beyond question,
Like I
beyond
think
a doubt.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's just because you were writing like a bit freer than I think I was,
Yeah.
because I was purposely trying to avoid those things, so that way someone didn't say, well, I can tell exactly what she wrote because it's, the girl or whatever, which honestly, I don't care if people can tell what I wrote.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now that I wrote Braden's POV.
Mhm.
90, what do you say, 90%, 95%? You
Oh,
think
probably more
maybe
than that. Yeah.
5% is the other one had stuff
Yeah.
to do with it? There was very few times that we would write something and say, here, put this in your POV. I think
Hmm.
that only happened like a handful of times, but I'm proud of what we did. I think we had a lot of fun with it and hopefully it sells, but for us we really just want people to have a good time. We
Yeah.
wanted a Christmas story that was like a Hallmark kind of movie, but funnier,
Hmm.
with the Hallmark cheese and also
Hmm.
with lots of sex. We didn't want the door to be closed on a sex, so that's what
Yeah.
we wrote. Yeah. And now it's everywhere. Kindle
It is.
Unlimited, paperback, hardcover, ebook. But yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
interesting. We'll see. And we've got a lot of nice reviews from people. People are really
We
happy
have.
with it.
Yes.
Yeah. Who was the best one? I don't know. We have a lot of really nice readers that have
Yeah.
just really enjoyed it.
And
But
we've been kind of staying away from
oh
reviews too.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're
So we're only aware of
purposely,
some of them.
yeah, we're purposely, can I say this or is that
Yeah.
bad to say? You think?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
we're purposely avoiding Goodreads. So like if you put a review on Goodreads and are like, hey, why didn't you guys say anything to me about this great review? It's because we're not reading Goodreads for this book because we had so much fun like writing it together. And we're both, even though I don't know, Craig's is not protective over me, but I am protective over Craig.
Mhm.
So if anybody said anything, I would be like, I wouldn't want Craig to feel hurt, and then I would feel
Mhm.
responsible because I wrote half the book. So I don't want to do that. And I think that that takes the joy out of it if you're reading, and
Yeah.
someone's insulting or saying whatever. But we do see the reviews that people give to us, like in my DMs, like people will
Yeah.
message me or they'll do posts and stuff. So, and those I always enjoy. Yeah, I had one friend who was like, she really wanted a threesome. Oh no, she wanted a foursome, which we do not have
Do
a
you
foursome in
mean
the book.
in the book? Or maybe she wants to force him in real life? The way you
Not with
phrased it,
you.
it sounds like, no, not with me. I would not be interested. I'm sorry.
I would not either, but
Yeah.
no. I have one friend and I've had too much whiskey. I have more than one friend. Let me try again. One of my friends who read the book was upset because there was not a foursome in the book.
Okay. All right.
So, which I explained to you that there was one part in the book that there's only like two places they don't have sex the entire book. And she was disappointed because one of those places they didn't have sex. And I said, you know, these other two characters could have walked in. And she was like, I wanted that. So there was that. That made me laugh. And then, you know, one of our friends was like, "You guys really went all in on the sex scenes here, man. Like most MM books have like 3 or 4. You guys have 17. Like, whoo!" But it is a long book too. Like it
It is,
doesn't
yeah.
feel long, but it's long. Um, and then yeah, you know, the smut hits without ruining it. I mean, very quick. You're not going to be reading for probably more than 10 minutes, I want to say, before you get
That sounds
whacked.
about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what the percentage is, but it's very, very fast. So, anyway, I think that is really all that we have time for. We wanted to go over the recipes and stuff that we were going to make, but I don't know how long we've been talking for.
Oh, it's been a while. Because,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I think we started like an hour and a half ago.
Maybe the problem is we started the call and then we were meeting for a little bit, so the
Yeah.
timer doesn't look right.
And we took a
But
couple pauses when I was making the whipped cream because it was too noisy.
that's true. Well, and if you haven't been watching our socials, you should definitely hop over to Instagram or TikTok or yeah, I'm just gonna say those for now
Yeah.
today, I think. Because I know those ones have the pictures. I don't remember if we uploaded them anywhere else. But we did make dick cookies in honor of our
Yes,
book, which
that's
was
right.
a hilarious fun time. And those got decorated and they were delicious, by the
Oh,
way.
they were. They were very good.
Yeah, I broke a bunch of dicks though.
Yeah, you're a real ball breaker.
Yeah, I snapped a couple balls off. But they came out really good. And I actually really do like that recipe.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it
It
was
was pretty
good.
easy too.
Yeah. But coming up, we will be making like some other recipes from the book. There's a creamy chicken pesto we're gonna make.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, and then I think we'll do the eggnog. We'll probably make the eggnog, and then I don't know what else, but we'll be doing lots of baking for Christmas season
We
because
will.
we
Yeah,
love baking. So yeah, and I think that's it, mister.
it is.
Yeah. And now I guess I don't know, final thought of the day. I have no idea.
I have a final thought of the day.
Mm,
If you have the perfect boozy Christmas drink recipe, please send it to us and we will make it on a podcast.
we should, yeah.
Not
But
all of them. We'll pick from what you send us and make it
yeah,
if you send us something.
yeah, we will, because now we have a bunch of alcohol.
Preferably a boozy drink made with stuff we already have.
Yeah. And what I have is basically everything,
Yes,
right?
you have a fully stocked bar.
I
Party at
have like
Callie's house.
yeah, I have a fully stocked bar ready to go. The rum chata I couldn't even taste, by the way, in this drink.
Yeah, we could end the show by having a shot of rum chata.
Yeah, where's the thing? I know, but what time is it right now? It's
Oh, I
11.
shouldn't have another drink at
No,
this time.
I feel like we shouldn't because we can do Sprint still and play Stardew Valley and
Yeah,
still read and we'll
yes.
still be okay because wait, what time is it? It's 11, right? Yeah. So
Yeah, 11 my time,
we have
yeah.
an hour. Yeah. So we're good. Um, we, we try to go to bed at midnight. It doesn't always work out. Midnight Craig's time, which is 1 o'clock my time.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah. So yeah, now it's midnight my time and it's 11 o'clock. Yeah, I'm not gonna have a shot right now. It's midnight. It's midnight. Okay, so anyway, yes, final thought of the day. Send us your boozy special Christmas drinks and also any fun Christmas desserts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because Well, when this airs, it will already be Bestie Fun Day, but we have Bestie Fun Day every weekend.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And like
Every
I
day is Bestie
have,
Fun Day.
if no
So
one sends us a good Christmas cookie recipe, I have my frostbite ginger
yeah,
chocolate
we're
chip
gonna make
cookies
those.
that are
Hmm.
phenomenal. I haven't made them for, God, was I not even in this house at that time? It might be like 10 or 11 years since I've made them, but they're really good.
Mm. Hmm. Yeah, and I told you I have like a couple recipes that are really good
Yeah,
for cookies. I found like the perfect one during the hurricane. I found the perfect chocolate
that's
chip
right.
cookie recipe. So yeah. Anyway, that's it for us guys. Thank you for listening to our rambling about our book. I don't even know
Thank
what we
you.
talked about at this point, but thanks for
Yeah,
hanging out with us.
thanks for putting up with us.
Yeah. Next time we'll see. I'm not sure who we're gonna have on, but we are gonna have our author Christmas like spectacular pretty soon
Yes, we
with
are.
all kinds of authors on talking about their books. So you can build your TBR and your Christmas read lists. Obviously, we want you to start with our book though. So Cookies,
Mhm.
Candles, and Cute Butts for Christmas by Cameron D. James and Callie Kitsu. Please go out and grab yourself a copy. And yeah, once again, thanks for listening. Where can people find us?
They can find us on, I have trouble enough when I'm sober.
Hmm.
And that drink really hit me hard. I normally am not this much of a lightweight, but I think I used an extra large shot glass. I did use an extra large shot glass for
Yeah.
measuring, and like that whiskey bottle, like a quarter of it is gone. Anyway,
Yeah,
you
you did. Yeah.
you can find us on YouTube, and now I was making for me and my husband, just so we're clear. I did not have a quarter of the bottle of Fireball in my drink.
No,
I was in two
no.
drinks.
Yeah, no.
So we're on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Threads at
Hmm.
Cali Craig Talk, CaliCraigTalk.
Yeah, that's it. All
That
right.
is.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
But oh, we didn't do Coffee with Callie and Craig, but this whole
Oh,
episode was Coffee with Callie and Craig.
it was. Yeah, it
This whole
was.
episode was drinks with Coffee and Callie. Wait, what?
It was.
We're gonna go before
We
this
are.
gets any worse. Okay, bye.
Sayonara. See you later.
Okay, bye. 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 Bye.
Bye-bye.